we have our feet and our arms, and here's our body. Welcome back for part 2 of Allie's Music Mama Mayhem Mamas Halloween themed AI crochet pattern. So today we are finishing up this lovely pattern that she created for us. If you haven't seen the first half, I do have it linked down below. Go ahead and pause this and go back and watch the process over there. It is a little fun in its own way. So, and please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. And if you are liking this series or anything that you've seen on my channel thus far, please show me some love and click that like button. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and finish off the rest of this pattern. Welcome back. So today we are finishing up our little guy here. As you can see, we have our feet and our arms, and here's our body. What we have left to do is part 4, which is only 1, and then part 5, which is 2, and then we get to put this together. So let's go ahead and finish this up. I'm gonna move these guys to the side so they're not in the way. Okay, part 4 says to make 1, and we're using the black yarn, working in continuous rounds. So a reminder, if we have forgotten a bit, we are using a 3.5mm hook here. Stitch markers are these fabulous spiral ones. They're metal. I love them. They've been working great for this project as well so far. Yarn needles, as always. My trusty tin of 18 needles. I tell you, I mean, it doesn't look like 18. That's because I'm pretty sure I've left some in some whips and projects that are sitting around here somewhere, or in a box. And yeah, who knows? That's why there's 18, and it's a benefit, right? What else? I'm using my Caron Simply Soft yarn just because that's what I have in my stash with the colors required for this project. Now, any other worsted weight acrylic yarn would be just fine to use. I do like Hobby Lobby's I Love This yarn. You could use Red Heart. You could use, goodness, there's really just any worsted acrylic would be ideal. Okay, let's get on this. Continuous rounds. Starting with our magic ring, we need 6 single crochets. Okay, let me mark this because, like I said last time, sometimes that first stitch kind of gets lost. For me, I don't know about you. If not, yay. Okay, so 6. So here's 1, and I'm working yarning under, in case you're curious. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so now none of these parts actually tell me what the project is or what each piece is that we're making. So it's kind of fun to see what's what. All right, let me kind of just go over here before I take this stitch marker out. Yeah, forget it. I know where the stitch is. There we go. See, and it was still a little bit tight even though I had the stitch marker in there. Is that just a me thing? Do you guys have that same problem? Comment down below, let me know. Seriously. Okay, so we're increasing to 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whoops, 11 and 12. Okay, so this has 6 rounds, and then 1, 2, they're calling them flaps. I don't know what that means. So just like in the last video, I do plan to kind of speed up the repetitious parts, repeating parts. Okay, anywho, so that we're not sitting here for hours, just in case. Just a heads up on that. I hope you don't mind. I know you don't want to be here for another, hour and a half, 2 hours. So I'm going to try to make this not take forever. I have no idea how long this bit's going to take. Honestly didn't think the last one was going to take as long as it did. So anywho, all right, we're increasing to 18. So that means a single crochet and then increasing. So there's 1, whoops, 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8 and 9, 10, 11 and 12, 13, 14 and 15, 16, 17 and 18. Yes, okay. Okay, next up, we are increasing to 24. So that's 2 single crochets and an increase. So I will get that started, and then I'm going to speed the process up a little bit by fast forwarding the video, because it's not too big of a stitch count. So 1, 2, and then here's 3 and 4, and then I'm going to kind of speed this up a little bit. Okie dokie, here's 23 and 24. Next up, increasing to 30. So this is going to have us increasing to 30 and then doing another round of 30. So I'm just going to go ahead and start the increase, and then I will go ahead and pause and see you at the end of the next row of 30. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 rows. I'm going to kind of skip. I'm going to pause the video and then I'll be back at the end of that. But this is 3 single crochets and then an increase. So here's 2, and then here's 3, and this will be 4 and 5 together. And then I will see you at the end of the next round. So I'm going to increase the 30 and then do another round of 30. Here we are at the end. So I've done my increasing to 30 and then I've done my full round of 30, which you can kind of tell because it's curling. So there that goes. Alrighty, now it says, oh, we have flaps. There's 4 flaps instructions on here. This says to chain 5. Okay. And starting in the second chain from the hook, single crochet in the next 4 stitches, and then slip stitch into the same stitch on the cap. Okay, so chaining 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Second chain from the hook. I wonder if I should do back bumps. I think I will. Okay, so here's 1, 2, 3, 'There we go, and 4. Now slip stitch, same stitch. All right, where we started our chain, which would be right here. Okay, flap 2 and 3. We get to repeat this again. So we're slip stitching into the next. Okay, so we're going to start this here and then slip stitch. Okay, got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then slip stitch in the next and do this one more time. Okie dokie. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this says cap. So this must be hair or something for our little guy over here. Whoops. That was supposed to be a single crochet. Okay, and slip stitch in the next. Okay, now it says slip stitch into the next stitch on the hair cap. Okay. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doing this again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slip stitch into the same stitch. Okay. And now slip stitch all the way around is what it says. All right. now it says to finish off and leaving a long tail. Okay, I can do that. Okie dokie. Put this guy aside over here. Okay, now for part 5, we're using our gray yarn, which is heather, gray heather, and let's see, working continuous rounds, of course. Okay, this one's pretty quick. This is really 3 total rounds, and we have to make 2 of them. Okay, so magic ring and 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here is 6. Okay. And we're just doing 2 more rounds of 6. So this just goes in here and 6 single crochets. I'm going to mark this guy though, just because. Good, 1, 2, 3. Get that kind of curling under control. 4, 5, and 6. Okay. And we're just going to count 6 because this is tiny and and 6. Okay. It says to fasten off and leave a long tail and do not stuff. All right. Well, I am going to stuff this guy in here though. So that's the stuffing we're going to get. Okay, long tail. All right, there is our first one. So I need to make another one. So I will do that right now, and I will see you in just a moment. All right, are we ready? Here we go. Assembly time. So here are all of our parts. Here is our body part. Let me zoom back out. Here is our hair piece. Here we have 2 arms and 2 legs, and then these guys. So step 1. For the hair, it says pin the part 4 to the top of part 1, making sure the flaps are facing forward, so securely. Okay, so I'm guessing like this. So funny. So we got bangs. This is too funny. I mean, like, yep, yep, yep. Okay, let's see here. I had some safety pins over here. I must have moved them. Well, we're just gonna wing it because I don't have the safety pins over here. That is gonna be okay. And I am just going to kind of whip stitch this around, and I'm gonna definitely fast forward through all this because I know you don't want to watch me in regular time do this. Okay, so we did the slip stitch, if you can kind of tell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here on this loop underneath rather than focus on that slip stitch and use those. We'll see how that works out. Hopefully well. Make sure you're even. Okay. I'm just going to take a needle like so and spin it like that. That should work. All right, here is the first bit. We have hair on this guy, kind of like a flowing bangs. I don't know. It's fun. Kind of reminds me of, the Wii characters in like the Wii Fit and Wii Bowling and all those. Yeah, so funny. Okay, so body part 2 to the sides of the body, just below the neck and shoulder area. So I'm guessing this is the neck and shoulder area. So matching up the purple and the purple. Let me find my seams here. Decide which one I want to put on which side. Yep. Okay. So I will fast forward through this part 2. And then I will go ahead and finish and sew on the other side so that we're not taking up a bunch of time. Okay, there's the first arm, and I will be right back with the second one. Bye. Arms are on. Do, 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 do. Okay, next up, legs. So, all right, easy, easy. So the legs to the bottom of the body, space them apart so the doll can sit and stand. Okay, well, that's interesting. Let's see. So, all right. I guess just generally around here and here. Who do you think this is? I mean, yes, this is a Halloween thing. I'm thinking this is Frankenstein's monster. I mean, or Shrek with hair. Like, what do y'all think? All right, let's see. Feet. Do we have a right or a left foot? No, they look the same. Okay. So yes, I will go ahead and fast forward this a bit. And then I will do the other one. Because we don't need to take an hour and a half on this video, right? Right. And then we have two more. It says the bolts. So yeah, it's Frankenstein's monster. Okay. I'm going to speed this up for you. Well, his legs ended up being a little closer inside, but you know, it's gonna be okay. All right, so let me put this one on. I'll be right back. Okay, I am not disappointed. This is absolutely adorable. I'm gonna sit down. It's the hair though. The hair is so funny. Anyways, okay, next we have the bolts, which are gray bolts. To the side of the neck, placing them securely on either side of the head/body connection. So they're gonna go here somewhere. Let's see here. I guess like that. So weird. Okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and trim this guy. That's our tail. And just as before, I'm gonna probably speed this up a little and then do the other one and be right back with you. Because, dude, you got something growing out of your neck. Anyways, sorry. Can't help it. I don't know. Do I want to try to stitch it around or just like... It's such an awkward area to try to work in. Okay, let's see what I can do. Poor guy. I'm sorry. You look so uncomfortable. I might just do it like the arms where it's kind of flat. I don't know. It is very awkward of a space to stitch. I'm not going to lie to you. It is super awkward. Okay. Let's see what I can figure out. This is more or less me just kind of going back and forth through here. I'm not actually focusing on stitching around it. I don't think it matters at this point. Yeah, making it work. I mean, it looks like it's more on the back, but you know, I tried, and that's where we're at with it. So, okay, I'm gonna do the other one and I'll be right back. Okay, bolts are in. It's kind of cute, guys. What do you think? What do you think? All right, so next up it says to use the black embroidery cloth to stitch a simple straight line mouth below the eyes. So it would just be, you know, like right here. So like I said, I'm not going to use the floss. I'm just going to take apart this piece of black that I have left over. And I'm going to use my smaller needle. And this is what we're going to do. So we're coming in from the back side all the way over here. I think I'll kind of just do it twice. Then I'm just going to bring it up here, the hair, like so. And there it is. Simple. All right, there he is. Frankenstein. If you've seen the movie, if you know, you know. If you've seen it, message down below. I'll be excited. Frankenstein's monster. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. Let me know what you think. Anyway, let me go ahead and clean up, and then I will see you in just a moment. Okay, this one was super adorable. I'm telling you, I am loving these little guys that the AI is giving me lately. If you haven't seen my pirate pattern yet, you should go in there and check that one out. It's in the playlist for what in the AI crochet is that supposed to be. I think it is also in Pirate Week playlist. So I don't know. It was given the Shrek vibes for a little bit, right? Because of all the green, but I think the little nodes totally sealed it for our Frankenstein's monster. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this fun little get together in crochet creativity. If you would like to throw in your pattern into the hat, below I have linked in the description, listed in the description, the instructions on how to send me your own created pattern that we can do here together and show off. It can be a flop, it can be a success. Either way, it doesn't bother me at all because I love the process. I love figuring out what it's going to be. Don't tell me what it is when you send it to me. And it's so fun to me for the mystery part and to see how it's going to turn out. I like to laugh while I crochet sometimes. And there are some silly things that happen in these patterns and I get a good giggle. So I want to say thank you again. If you are not subscribed, please consider doing so. Make sure that notification bell is dinged. And please consider showing me some love with hitting that like button. I also have a little link down below in the description box. If you enjoy any part of any of my videos and like the content that I am creating, please consider donating a skein of yarn down at my coffee link down below. I greatly appreciate the love. Again, without further ado, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I look forward to any comments that you may have down below, and I look forward also if you decide to send me a pattern. It'll be so much fun. So again, I will see you next time in the next video.